firewood. Coals can stay over there. It can get hot. It is 10:03 p.m. on our last night here. Just sitting around the fire. It is 10:40 p.m. on the last night here. Thursday, April 21st, 2022. Looking for my flashlight to make sure I know where it's at if I need it. You never know what animals might start creeping up on you. Let me take a little look here. So I was talking earlier about, not leaving my campsite alone because you never know who comes around. Somebody could take something. All the years I've been coming up here, I just want to make sure to note, we've never had anybody come to our campsite and take anything. We've left, the coolers out full of food, full of alcohol, tequila bottles on the table. Somebody could have walked in, found somebody left their poker money out at one time, a jar full of change. It's just, I tried hard to remember, and I don't ever remember a time where anybody ever took anything from within our own camp, where anybody had anything missing. Every time something was missing, they found it in their tent, in where they hid it in like their sleeping bag or something and didn't realize it because they were having a little snootful before they went to bed. So that is one thing nice about camping. Over the 20 years that I've been coming to Riverside Campground, nobody has ever come in and messed with my stuff overnight. Knock on wood, right? Don't jinx yourself. But that is kind of nice to know that all those years and never had any trouble with other campers. If anything, it's always been extended courtesy between camps. So that's the nice thing to know about Riverside Campground. It is 11:06 p.m. on night 3, Thursday night. There are a lot of stars out tonight. Over here, you can even see it in the phone really well. There's where the tent was. But you can see the glow of the city lights in the background. It's a little bit brighter on the iPhone, but I can definitely see it with the naked eye. That's how bright the city lights are in a clear night, right? So it does still block it out. There's a couple though. So I'm looking straight up now. The Big Dipper's just to my left. Orion's Belt is towards the top right. You can't see it. It's out of frame. Both of them are. But it is a nice clear night around the campfire. Enjoying the stars. I've only seen the outline of the Milky Way a couple of times. The Grand Canyon, Prescott, and maybe Flagstaff when I was younger, and it always freaked me out seeing all those stars out there, realizing how small we are in the whole scheme of things, yet here we are in this big unknown universe, and we can still measure things down to, to the atomic size, right? Look at our cells and stuff like that. That kind of stuff just trips me out, and that's always trips me out. And that kind of stuff always trips me out. And that's always good campfire talk, right? Talking about the universe, talking about ideas, your theories about it, and not having to argue about it and just enjoying the night, enjoying everybody's company. Those days will definitely be missed. I'm looking forward to the new ones. I like change, that this kind of change is, when people are pass on and aren't with you anymore, they want you to carry on. So I'm all for that, making sure I get out there. I'm sure they're with me when we go. But just to get out there, it's time to do something different, something new. And I like that. I like being able to not be so sad about the past, enjoy what that past was. I learned young that you can't repeat that one great party, so don't try to, just enjoy the next one, right? That the best camp trip that we had as far as coming up here in those 20 some odd years was the one with the 30 plus people, because there were no arguments. It was peaceful. Everybody had a good time. What more can you expect, right? I love it when it works out like that. And if we would have tried to come back and repeat it the next year, it wouldn't have worked. but it did steadily go down from that year till there was only about, let's see, me, Midnight, Dave, Bard, Roger. That was one of our last ones. It was just me, and then Bard and Dave came up. A couple of Dave's buddies came up, I think. Don, 7, 8, less than 10, I'm guessing. And then Jimmy would come up, and he brought up Bobby and Richard to play poker. Gary drove up for the day, so just under 10, I think. 4, 5, if you include them, there was probably 7 of us camping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Seems like he had another friend here that was 6. 6 of us camping, and then another 4 show up, so just right at 10. So it has dwindled. So this is kind of a farewell tour for these type of those camping events, and I like this because it reminds me, if anything, the videos are for me at the end. Later in life I can look at and go, yeah, I remember that. That's a good thing. My eyes. It is dry out here. I brought the Visine. I should have used it. Everything's pretty much packed and put away. I'll give you a shot over here. Got a little bit of firewood left that I'll leave for somebody. I gave some firewood to the neighbors over there. That's the last of the stuff to put in the car tomorrow, with the cooler over there on the picnic table. Get my lantern, and that stuff will probably go right on top of the cooler once I get it in there, or in the back seat where I'm going to be sleeping. And that's it. And I don't know if I said it yet, so I'll say it now just in case I didn't. I am very happy that I took my poor eyes, so dry. I don't know if I said it already or not. I want to make sure that I do. I am very happy that I took down the tent tonight. Oh, I'm extremely happy. It depends on how I sleep. Till it's getting late, I'm getting tired, and I'm a night owl, and I can't believe it. I'm getting tired this early. It's a little chilly out too. I don't know if I'll put another log on the fire or not. I might. I'm glad I took the tent down. Everything's put away. I got a little dirty from it, but not too bad. I can wash up a little bit in the daytime. Left the water out. Hopefully I get a good night's sleep. So what I'm going to do is I will record it in the morning when I get up and let you know on what level of being miserable I'm at. I'm on a scale from 1 to 10. Am I, this miserable, or was it a full-on nightmare sleeping in there? And I think I said I didn't sleep well. I think it was last night. But usually what happens when I come up here to these type of, I guess with any trip that I take, is, I do all the prepping and preparing to go, so that takes time. I would be the one who did all the driving, which was, okay with me because I like to drive. And when I got there, I would do a little bit of hanging out with everybody the first night. I was usually too tired, and I went to bed later on. I used to stay up with Midnight all the time when we first got here because I was so excited to be doing this, the first couple of years. But so I would arrive the first day and relax and hang out with everybody, kind of late. But it would take me another day or two to just decompress, right? I mean, it's all built up to going, and then you do the 2 days. By the second day, I'm fully decompressed. Today was that day, so I got here on Tuesday. By Thursday, it's finally like, okay, I got that bad night's sleep. I'm relaxed during the day. I did, some video shooting and stuff, but I took it slow and easy while doing it. I went down to the river and did some, just let the video cameras roll for a half hour, watching the river for my relaxation station on YouTube channel, and just relaxed, sat there in the chair and sat there quietly, just enjoying the river. And that was the decompression stage, and it takes 2 days. And that's why I love those San Diego trips with my family. You start on a Saturday, so you get there, and then Sunday, Monday, and by Monday I'm decompressed. By Tuesday I'm feeling great, right? Wednesday is just awesome. Thursday's doing well. Friday, you're going home Saturday, and that kind of sucks. And then Saturday, sometimes you're ready to go home by Saturday. Sometimes you can stay an extra couple days, even a week. As far as renting goes and hanging out with everybody, Living there would be a little different, but just renting 2 weeks is about the max. For me, I like to get home, but if I was, if I could win the lottery and live there and, a house is a couple back, living on the beach would be too expensive, but, I would do it if you ever won the big one, right? So it takes those 2 days to totally decompress. So I got those 2 days in, and then I'll take it slow and steady tomorrow as I'm leaving and filming on my way out and getting some video, some vlogging in. Don't have to rush it, and then by the time I get home, I'll be tired, but I'll be nice and relaxed. I can pull a couple things out of the car and put away and take that hot shower. Maybe get a pizza and some wings and watch the old Suns game. Excuse me for yawning. That yawning will make you tired, huh? So the fire's almost out. I need to kind of make a decision. Do I want to stay up? Definitely not going to do my history campfire chat, but I think we might do a little bit more chatting here. So neighbors have been quiet. I can hear the generator, which doesn't bother me. The neighbor behind me, the girl with the dog, she's been real quiet. I couldn't have done these 20 years of camp trips definitely without Midnight, because he'd share the cost with me. We'd split it down the middle. When we went to Hollywood, we split the rooms and stuff down the middle. Take care of your own food, but I made sure to, that I bought some food so we can make sandwiches and stuff like that for at least a week or two on the way up there. That was a neat trip. But we'd split everything down the middle, if we were buying firewood and stuff like that, and that truly helps out. And then everybody else chips in. Like I said, everybody brings a bag of firewood. Everybody brings an extra bag of ice. If I set up your tent for you, you bring me up a bag of ice. It's a nice trade-off. Everybody, they just shut off their motor. I might be a little too loud. Everybody chips in. It's great. So I wouldn't have been able to do it like we did without the help from everybody like that. And these were all bar patrons. They used to come into our bar, the Stinger, hang out. And so we started doing these trips together. That's what you do with your customers, the ones you like anyways. But there are good times that you have with a bunch of people up here, people that you like. Gonna let these embers go out, and then we'll pour the last of the water on it. There's a couple big pieces there that need to burn off. I didn't have time to really, guess I could stay up another hour. But definitely good time with these people up here. Angel was definitely the biggest camp coordinator, was the one who taught us all. She was definitely a mother, if you know that type of person, one's watching over you all the time. And we tried to make one trip for her where we did everything for her. And I can tell you, don't do that to those type of people. It was probably her most miserable camping trip because she didn't have anything to do, right? I mean, we thought we were doing her a favor by letting her come up here and just relax, but that is just not her nature. She enjoys doing, right? She enjoys being able to do the little stuff, having things that you need, being the go-to person, right? She would make, and this is a brilliant idea, and that's why I love these grates on top of here, but she would make a chili, she would freeze it in a pot, and then she would bring a bigger pot, put the bigger pot on top of the coals here, and we would have coals that, all through the day. She'd keep the pot on top of there, and then she would fill it with water like a steamer, and that was her thing. She would keep that thing filled with water so it didn't burn the chili, and then she would take the frozen pot of chili the first night she got here, and she would put it on top of that, inside of that bigger pot with the water, and it was like a steamer, and it would keep that chili hot. And the reason that's such a great idea is because when you're out here drinking, having a good time with everybody, from, let's say, she actually had it ready in the mornings, but let's say it's 2-3 o'clock, you can just walk up and get a bowl of chili, right? I mean, you don't have to have a set schedule when you're eating. You can change your mind if you had plans. I had plans, a whole menu planned out. I didn't stick to it, and that's great. But you come up 4 o'clock, get a little hungry while you're playing poker, get a bowl of chili. And she made that big old pot, and that lasted 2-3 days. And it was good chili. So if you're going to go with a group, that's not a bad idea, especially if there's a fire pit like this up here at Riverside Get that big pot, fill it with water, take the frozen pot of chili, put it in there, let it cook. It can take a couple hours, so you might have to put it on there early, keep the hot coals going. That's all you need, something like that. And then you can put the fire on at night and put it off to the side or something while you have a fire going, and then put it back on there while the coals are going, while you're up at night before you put the fire out. Get up in the morning, start all over again. So kudos to her for teaching us that. I haven't been with a group. I never did it myself because the groups weren't that big, and everybody was bringing their own food. But kudos to her. That is a great pro tip right there. And that'll keep, like I said, why break out all this stuff and extra time and energy and cook something, right? You got that big old thing of chili that she made. When you're hungry, eat a bowl. Come back and get another bowl later. It is 11:29 and it is getting chilly. It'll be warm in there, though. The vehicles trap heat pretty good. And I have all the warm cover, so I won't be too bad. But it's getting a little chilly out here without this fire. I got another 15-20 minutes to let these embers burn down before I put the water on top of it. Let them burn themselves out for the most part. Make sure I blow out my candle. It is beautiful up here right now, though, even with the chilly weather. Neighbors are still up to the right a little bit. I love that. They have a bunch of kids. I love when you have big families and hear the kids, yelling, having a good time. Some people get irritated with the loudness. I don't. I love it. It takes me back to being a kid, just being able to enjoy yourself. They sound like good parents. It might have been telling ghost stories over there. I heard their dad try to scare them a little earlier on. But it's been a good trip. I like it. I'm sorry you have to sit here and listen to me ramble while I'm waiting for these coals to go out. I guess you don't really have to. I hope you're enjoying it. Just sit back here. Can I think of more of the crazy stuff? I told you about Bob rolling off the table, hitting his head, and having the line marks from the bench on his head. Roger did a tumble out of my tent, that same tent that I have. So you know how old that tent is, but he kicked the bottom of it. All tents usually have a lip on the bottom, and he caught that lip, and he busted out of that tent, hit the ground, rolled over, and stood right back up. And what happened was the tent was on top on a level surface, but right as you went out the door, where I had my tent, that might have been where there was a lot of us here. It went downhill, so when he went out, he actually went downhill, and it was able to gravity roll him back up. It was perfect, man, because he's kind of a big guy like me. So it was just graceful, and I smell a skunk, I think. 5 or 6 people might have seen it. Al Green saw it. Yeah, so it was definitely a while ago. It might not have been the same tent. I'm going to look for my flashlight here just in case that is a skunk coming up. And I don't know what I do with it. There it is. I love cargo shorts because I love pockets, but it's a lot of pockets. Okay, it's 11:33. I put a couple more, I think, quick burning logs on the fire. They should burn pretty quick. That'll help get those other kind of solid logs that I had in there to burn. My nose is stopped up. I'm breathing through my mouth. My mouth is getting dry. Better take a drink here. The dust definitely is everywhere, inside and outside you. Oh, let's see. So I think I said the first time we started coming out here was at the Bartlett Flats, and that is hot. We came out during the summertime. We had to provide our own shade. We parked our cars in a literal caravan circle that you would have seen in the 1800s, and tarps going across the cars like a hippie caravan or something, just for shade. And one of my biggest memories there is we were in the water, just cooling down because it was so hot, and a fighter jet came through those mountains over there, and it crackled. I mean, just that crackling sound. It was so loud to where, I even tensed up like, what is this guy doing? It was awesome to see, though. I ain't gonna lie. But it freaked me out, man, because you hear it coming, then you look, there he is, and he's flying by. And, he wasn't too low to where he would have hit anything, but he was, I don't know if he was below the mountaintop or not, but if he was right at the line of the mountaintop, that might have been too low. Yeah, it came screeching through there. That was awesome to see, though, I have to admit. I didn't show you me looking for the skunk. It's one thing you got to remember when you're doing that YouTube channel. Make sure that clock's running at the top as you're recording. So I just got up to look for a skunk. I was shining my flashlight around, thought I was recording, but I was not. Make sure I don't see any little beady eyes behind me there. So we went, that's where we started, in the flats. That was probably late 90s. Started working there at the Stinger in 93, 94, 93, 94-ish. And then we started going camping in 97-ish, I guess. That would have been the flats. I think we might have done once at the lake. I don't really remember. I don't think I've ever camped at Rattlesnake Cove. I don't remember really camping at the lake except for the flats. I remember being out at the lake. I remember going on somebody's boat. But I don't remember camping at the lake. I might have when we took the boat out, or when me and Jarrett took my brother's jet skis out. We might have camped at the lake. Yeah, I think so. So maybe once. Twice if you include the flats. And then Roy and Angel, they were lived together. I don't think they were together, but they lived together. They knew about this spot, I'm sure, with Roger. Roger definitely knew about it because I told you about that time where he lost all his stuff down here in the flood. I'm thinking that was the 80s, if I remember him, when he told me that story. So we started coming to Riverside. I've just been here ever since. That one real story that sticks out, like my mind's just not, it's tired. I'm not really thinking straight. I might have to come up here for a weekend, sleep in the car, and just think about it around the campfire, do another campfire chat. That might be, give me a good reason to come up again, maybe in November. It's going to be getting too hot now to come up here, so probably November and do a little campfire chat and just remember all the stuff that happened throughout these camp trips. They were all fun. They were all, even the ones with 10 people, they were good. There was a few arguments here and there, but I just don't remember them. I just remember them all being worth going on, right? And we used to take a ton of pictures, and then I would get them developed, cut them out, and make a collage, and then have everybody who went on the camping trip sign in the middle. I still have those somewhere. I should break one of those out, and the next time I come up here and show those, put a face to everybody's name, get everybody excited about the names, and then start putting a face to those names. Yeah, they were all good. They were what camping trips were supposed to be, coming out here, enjoying yourself, good camaraderie, good conversation, good times, right? Trying to let the rest of these logs burn out here. Got the little candle lit over here. I'm definitely getting tired. I can feel it. It's been a long couple, 3 days. A little, like I said, a working vacation, but an enjoyable working vacation. I like editing. Editing is fun. If I have the time, I'm going to try to maybe get Adobe certified. That just, even if I don't use it, just know I did it, right? You still see those city lights out there. I don't know if you can see it with this camera on the front facing of the phone. That's amazing to me. The city lights reflect off the sky like that. So, Meteor Crater. If you could be out there on a clear night, no city lights, you might get Flagstaff city lights. I can definitely feel the dirt on me. I can't wait to take a shower when I get home. Better move these logs so they burn better, faster. Let's take a look around the camp. It's 12:01. I am going to bed. I just put the water in the fire, put out the coals. I'm looking up. Can't see it as good with the phone, but I am looking up at the night sky and can't believe how many stars are. I really can't see the outline of the Milky Way, though. I do see a plane going by, but it is beautiful to look at. So good night. If you haven't done this in a while, make sure you get out and do it, especially after COVID and being locked. Make sure you get up and go. Start tripping, get out and do something like this. It's a wonderful little trip to start with. But for now, good night. Thanks for watching. Much appreciated. Please click subscribe. Hit that like button. Good night. Okay, I'm getting into the backseat of the car here. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a big guy. This is gonna be a tight squeeze. So So I usually have to get up and go pee. Never fails, right? You always have to get up and go pee right when you get comfortable. So I'm going to leave my shoes on for a little bit, but I'm going to kick them off there. I don't think I can get in. Shut the door. I'll put this on the channel. I had to edit for myself. Okay, I am in the car. I don't know if I like it. I shouldn't have taken down that air mattress. So it would have been so comfortable. There's all the stuff pretty much packed in the back. I could have put the cooler in tonight, but I'll organize that a little bit better tomorrow. That way I can put it in there, or if I have to put stuff on the seat. Got the stuff up front. Got my drink right there. Ready to go. I'm tired. I love this light. That's a neat little lamp. Some guy up here, last time I was here, had something similar to this, LEDs. Probably four bulbs in the little device there, but he had 1, 2, 3 on each side of the awning. He had one. It seems like he had 8, like 2 on each corner, but man, they were bright and they made his camp area look so neat. I love when people do stuff like that. You know, camping is what you make it, right? But I don't need that on. I was going to maybe put on The Incredibles, but I'm shot. I'm tired. So I'm just going to organize my stuff so I make sure I don't lose anything. Make sure I know where my keys are so I don't leave them in the car and accidentally lock myself in tomorrow. I got to figure out a way to try to sleep with them so I don't roll over on them and hit the alarm button. So maybe I'll take the alarm button off and just put the keys in my pocket. But I think that's what I'll do. I'll take the alarm off and keep the keys in my pocket. That way, when I get up in the morning and I see the alarm thing sitting there, I'll know to put it back on my keys. Maybe. I might just sleep with it. If I hit the alarm button, the alarm goes off, wakes everybody up. It happens. What are you going to do, right? Oh, I'm going to bed. Good night. So I just made a little couple-minute video and realized I had the radio on. That's how out of it I am now, how tired I am. But I got a little bit of a third wind because when I got in the car and started wrestling around with everything, the sheet came out from underneath me. Was it a mistake taking the tent down, not having the air mattresses? No, not really. I still think it's nice to know ahead of time that everything's put away and I don't have to do that extra work tomorrow. Oh, excuse me, take it down. So this third wind won't last for long. I was thinking about watching a DVD, but I'm not going to do that. This car does have a DVD player in it. My sleeping conditions for tonight. We're going to start with the very back here, which I could have slept back here and then put everything on the seat, but I didn't want to do that. There's more room back there. And if I wanted to put the cooler in, I was thinking about that, then I could have put the cooler in, but I ended up leaving the cooler out for the night. So, excuse me, guys. I would edit that out, but that just shows you how tired I am. So I'm definitely knee high up in here. We've all done it. If you're a tripper and you go out at some point in time, you probably slept in the back of the car. It's no big deal. It's kind of nice to do every once in a while. I love the 4Runner, that 1999 4Runner that we still have that we're probably going to have to sell here soon. That was great for sleeping in there. I could stretch out in there, all 6'3" of me. 6'3" tall, fit right in the back of there, perfect. I had to have my head up a little bit, but you know, you bend your knees and you can sleep in there. So those are my sleeping conditions. Sleeping conditions for tonight. It's not so bad. I'm not going to watch a movie. Could watch one, like I said, up on here, but I don't want to start the car, of course. I could get out my laptop and watch The Incredibles 2, but I think I'm too tired. I'm just going to try to go to bed. But we'll see if I turn on more to this without showing you the endolog, the end credits here, and then you'll know that I got back up and got a little bit of a fourth wind. I was thinking about going to get that chocolate pudding or chocolate milk, but no, it's too late. Too late. Definitely got to start losing weight, and 12 o'clock is the worst time to eat. So good night, everybody. I'm going to try to go to bed again.